Buying a house is always a hassle. First, you need to save the money for a down payment. Then you need to choose which realtor to work with, which area of the city, and then which house you like, and see if you can afford it. The important thing to consider when buying a house is that it's a long-term investment. It's not a joke. So, in this video, I will give you 3 scenarios of buying a house with a 6% interest rate, crunch the numbers for you, and give you the total dollars your net worth will grow on year 1 as a homeowner. So stay tuned. Hi there, welcome to your channel, The Foreigner in America, where I'll teach locals and foreigners everything related to money and personal finances, including investing in the markets, cryptos, real estate, and businesses. So if you're someone like myself who wants to achieve greater wealth in life, you don't sell it for pennies but for Benjamins, and you love money, please subscribe to this great channel and hit that bell so you don't miss any one of my 2 weekly videos. Also check out Instagram, TikTok, and my blog under The Foreigner in America. And I have a solid book, which I will leave a link below for you to check out. So without further ado, let's begin. Just for your entertainment, I will also include renting in the mix, just in case you were wondering why people tell you to stop renting forever. So let's begin. My friend John wants to buy a $400,000 house in the city, and he is now renting an apartment for $1,500 a month by himself. He killed it in sales and hustling, selling stuff and teaching and 2 jobs, etc. And he managed to save $400,000 in cash after years and years of hard work. Great, right? Some of his friends, co-workers, and family members are telling him, don't buy, it's a waste of money. Others tell him, pay cash, you can do it. Just write a $400,000 check and be done with it, debt free. How beautiful is that? And others, like myself, tell him, wait a minute, have you considered getting a loan for the house and investing the rest of the money in rental real estate? This is not emotional, my friend. You're not choosing whether you're buying a red shirt or a blue shirt or a cookie dough ice cream or chocolate from your favorite place in town. Buying a house requires an analysis. Buying a house requires an analysis where you crunch the numbers. Since you might not know how to do it or you're lazy, I will do it for you. And trust me, this is very interesting, so stay with me. And if you find this analysis helpful, give me a like and share this video with your friends. So John has 3 scenarios to buy this house. Scenario 1, John pays cash for a $400,000 house and forgets about loans and banks. No more money to invest. Scenario 2, John gives a 50% down payment, 50, on the house and buys 1 rental property worth $150,000 with the rest of the money. Scenario 3, John buys a house with a 20% down payment and buys 2 rentals valued $150,000 each. You're loving it so far, right? Let's crunch the numbers from scenario number 1. John pays cash for the house, so he has no mortgage payment. For property taxes, home insurance, HOA, and home warranty, he pays $10,000 a year. Home warranty pays for appliances, roof, and HVAC repairs, so I totally recommend you get one. Subtotal is a negative $10,000, which is the cost of ownership of this house, assuming bills are constant on all 3 scenarios, so they're dismissed. The equity or appreciation of the property, we're assuming a 5% per year, so that's $20,000. The total net worth is plus $10,000. This means in 1 year, you're 10 grand richer by owning this house cash. We're also assuming no big maintenance items since the house you have 2 insurances on it. Let's go to scenario number 2 where it gets interesting. John could pay a 50% down payment on the $400,000 home and the rest of the money use it to buy a 1 property worth $150,000 cash to rent. So from the house, the mortgage payment on 6% rate for $200K is $14,400 a year. Property tax, insurance, and HOA don't change whether you pay cash or any percentage of debt. So that's $10,000, and that gives you a total of $24,400 for the year. Interesting thing here is if you buy the house with a 50% down payment and put the rest of the money in the bank, you will be losing $4,400 a year. That is why Robert Kiyosaki says a house is not an investment. But on the rental property side, you're gaining rent on the property, so that's $18,000 a year, assuming you bought a good property that rents for 1% of purchase price every month. Your property taxes and insurances are $3,500 a year, assuming you buy in a state where taxes are decent. Property management is $1,908 a year. Vacancy and maintenance is 2 months worth of rent, so that's $3,000. People that analyze rental real estate tell you the vacancy and maintenance are only 8% of your yearly rent. But I'm being aggressive because all these numbers are from personal experience. I'm not pulling them out of my hat. Subtotal for the rental is $95.92. Plus the equity of the rental is $7,500. That's 5% of $150,000. So adding up all the green numbers in this chart, you have the loss of the house plus the gains of the rental equals positive $12,692 for the year. But John listened to me as well, and I told him, why freeze all that money in a house that costs so much to keep up, and better buy 2 rentals in cash. He told me I was crazy. Let me show you the numbers. Stay with me, please. For the house, you're paying $23,028 a year for the mortgage, since you only put down 20%. Same taxes and insurances for $10,000 makes up a subtotal for the house of negative $33,028 for the year. Before I continue on the other side, note how expensive it is to own this house if you decide to buy it with a 20% down and keep the rest of the money in the bank. You will be negative $13,000 plus maintenance a year. Equity on the house is the same, $20,000. And let's see how the 2 rentals are doing. So identical properties, same rent, same expenses. So rent is $36,000. Taxes and insurances are $7,000. Property management is $38,616. And vacancy and maintenance, the 2 devils of rental real estate, is $6,000. My experience is some years I have $0 for vacancy and maintenance. Beautiful. But some years you need to fix something worth $3,000 and there goes your income. So as a rule of thumb, keep 2 months worth of rent aside for that. If you don't use it, well, you put it in your pocket. The subtotal for the 2 rentals is plus $19,184 plus the equity of the 2 rentals, which is $15,000. We add the equity of the house and the enormous loss of home ownership in the United States of America, and we come up with plus $21,156 of net worth gain. So if you want to challenge my numbers, I'm all ears. Let me know in the comment section below. Allow me to explain to you these numbers in my Foreigner Insight for this interesting topic. If you rent, you get your monthly rent multiplied by 12, and that's the loss you have at the end of the year. You pay no taxes, insignificant insurance, maybe $200 a year, and get no equity as well as no money coming in. So if John rents an apartment for $1,500 a month, that's an $18,000 loss in 1 year. At least all the other 3 scenarios that I gave you have a positive net worth on year 1. Listen to me. There are many variables dancing out there which I didn't consider. But I cannot make this analysis so long and boring that I put you to sleep. A private property can kill you if you have a heavy maintenance bill to pay. That is why I urge you to get a solid home insurance and a solid home warranty. Don't be cheap on those. Even if the house is brand new, you never know the kind of trash the builder used to create that house in the first place. Other people might tell me, Jaime, why did you buy the rental properties in cash and not with mortgages as well? Good question. Let me answer it. 2 reasons. 1, the bank will only lend you money according to your income and savings. Meaning, that if you want to ask the bank for $320,000 for the house with the 20% down, and then another $225,000 for 2 rentals with a 25% down, which is the bare minimum for an investment property, that's $525,000. You need to show the bank that your income is 3 times the monthly payment of all 3 properties, so about 10 grand a month. Second, and most important, write this down, I don't want John to be over leveraged. What is over leveraged? The reality is a rental property pays itself with the rent until it doesn't. So what will happen if John buys his house with a 20% down and the other 2 rentals with a 25% down? He'll have 3 mortgages payment to pay. What if he loses the tenants? Or worse, they stop paying and you cannot evict them. Does it ring any bell? I'm being too wild here? Try evicting a tenant. Good luck. It costs around 6 to 8 grand if you get it approved, and they will destroy the property before they leave, so which can cost you $20,000 or $30,000. The rule of thumb is when you rent a house, 2 rent payments should cover everything except for the mortgage. So if the house is paid in full, your only worry is to have enough cash to pay the taxes and insurance. You can even stop paying insurance if you shut it down or pray nothing happens and still won't lose the property. But if you owe it to a bank and you cannot make mortgage payments, they have a lien on the property. They will take it away and you will lose everything. Understand? Balance what you owe with what you own. If you own everything, your risk is 0 and your reward is small. If you owe everything, your risk is outrageous and your reward could be high if the 2 devils of rental real estate don't attack you that year. So vacancy and maintenance. A tenant not paying is the same as a never-ending expensive vacancy. So I hope you found this video useful and share with anyone thinking of buying a house with a 6% interest rate for 30 years and also interested in getting into residential real estate investing. But remember, take control of your life and take control of your money. So thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and found useful information, give me a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you miss any one of my 2 weekly videos as soon as they come out. So have a great day, enjoy the sun, don't lose any money, and I'll see you next time.